All right, everybody, gonna install the frost-free hydrant right now. Dug a trench, got the pitless adapter over here. This is gonna be a temporary installation, just so that we can get water out of the well while we're still building the house. Put this T-post in. I'm 2 foot below grade right here. Let me show you all the stuff that we're using to hook this up. Like I said, it's just temporary. Eventually, we'll be running line from here all the way up to the house pad. But for right now, we're camped down here, so need a source of water down here. Coming out of the pitless, we wanted to put a check valve in there, so I already put this guy together. You can see I got all the little Teflon paste all over this thing so that I can just screw it all in. But I got a 90 for the 3/4 roll pipe that's coming out of it. I had to bush it down from 1.25 inches. This is my 1.25 inch check valve and just a nipple. So I'm going to install this into the pitless, get it all nice and secure. Then I'm going to install the roll pipe on there, and then go over to that T-post. And I saw a really cool way of installing these things with a bucket so that you get good drainage and it keeps all the gravel in one spot and it doesn't disperse and you don't get a bunch of dirt in there. So I'll show you how we're going to do that right now. I'm going to install the check valve and the little contraption I made here. So eventually the PVC little bushing reducer part will come out, but the check valve will always be here because we'll just tie into that for our line running up to the house. But so we're gonna get this guy screwed in. Hopefully I left enough room here. And I got everything tight but the nipple on both sides. That way I could just start hand threading it in, and then I'll grab it with a pipe wrench and get it all the way tight and orient. If I can grab it. Let's see here. Ooh. Like that. We've got our 90 facing over towards where our hydrant's going to be, and I'm going to run that line and get all that stuff going. If you watched our pump install video for the well, same process. We're just going to heat up the poly pipe and then slide it onto the barb fitting. When it's really hot like that, it helps that thing really sink into the barbs, locks it in place. So I saw this way of installing a yard hydrant, and I thought it was pretty cool, so I decided to do it. What I did is I cut a hole in the bottom. That allows for drainage, and it also allows me to slip it over this T-post right here, which is going to give some support to the yard hydrant. And I just cut a little hole in the side here so that the pipe can come in. So that guy slides over like that. And then what we're going to do, I've got the lid for it. I cut a big hole in that so that I can get the yard hydrant through. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up with rock after I've connected the pipe to this guy. And the way a yard hydrant works is turn it on and off up here, but the valve is actually down here. So what will happen is there'll be no liquid water above this line down here, and that'll protect it from freezing. So it just all drains out of this little drain hole right here. That's why we want to have the rock in there, so that the water can drain out and it'll go right through that hole in the bottom of the bucket. So I'm sure using a Lowe's bucket lid and a Home Depot bucket is probably some sort of a party foul or something, but that's what I had. I had these all stainless steel clamps left over from the pump install, and you can use some tie wire or something like that to secure this to the T-post. But since I had these, I figured they would work really well. And there you go. Once we get this thing backfilled, that thing will be nice and solid, sucked in tight to that, and should be good to go. Okay, well, we've got our pipe in, everything's connected. So as soon as we turn on power to the pump, we'll be able to have water coming out of this hydrant. Now, what we're gonna do, I brought this bucket of just clean, like pea gravel, that I'm gonna fill this bucket up with. So what that does is that gives it a good space to be able to drain, so that all the water can drain, so that all the water can drain out of there, and empty this out so that it doesn't freeze. I also have this other bucket of kind of like small gravel. I'm gonna throw it right here, right outside. Then I'm going to top this off with that. There's a little bit of dirt in there, but I'm not too worried about it. We got some sandy drill cuttings here. I'm going to throw up on top. Snap that lid on. So now we'll be able to turn it on, turn it off, everything will be able to drain. We should be really good. I can start backfilling this hole, and then I'm getting ready to set the electrical for the well pump. So that is how you install a frost-free hydrant.